It's Deprogrammed, the podcast where we try to get you into a band. We try to turn you into one too. This week we're talking about Hall Oates, and sometimes I can talk. Most of the time I can't because hard work does indeed work. Not on my mouth, I guess. Do with that whatever you will. Yeah. That's some serious phrasing right there. But hard work does indeed work. The Hard Work Works fitness app is a free download, and you get a 2-week free trial to work on your physical fitness at your pace with whatever equipment you have available. Coach Joe will send you 3 workouts a week to get you in tip-top physical, and after your free trial, it's only $10 a month. Plus, you have the free consult of Coach Joe. He will help you make sure that you are on the right track. Hashtag join the hustle. Hashtag Joe the best. Hashtag Hard Work Works. Also, no more hashtags, just Hard Work Works fitness app. This week, we're talking about Hall Oates, and this one's been up on the board for a while. One of the voices you heard was Cory O'Neill. Cory, you put Hall Oates on the board long time ago. So talk to me about Hall Oates and why it is important that we are doing this now.
Well, I'm a Philly guy, man, and they're referred to as the Sounds of Philly. Both of them went to the University of Temple, aka Philly U. They were kind of a fun part of my childhood, man. When I think back of Hall Oates, my very first memory is going with my mom and dad down to, I want to say, the Outer Banks. I can't remember, super young. And we stopped in like one of these little like back road hillbilly gas station deals. Hey, gas up, the whole nine. And I don't know what inspired my parents to do this, but we had this old car. I can't even remember what kind of car it was, but they had these like super cheap cassette tapes. This is how long ago this was. They were still selling those things. And I remember one of my parents was like, hey, let's get a couple. And they got Hall Oates and I think like Charlie Daniels or somebody who just recently died, RIP, by the way. But so Hall Oates was the first one they put in. And I had never heard of them before in my life. I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and I knew nothing about music outside of like, wow, these dudes sound awesome. So I'm in the back, I'm doing the toe tappy, that deal, you think you're 8 and you're awesome grooving out. And, grow to get older and you do your own research on them and everything. And I mean, they're in my all-time top 10 favorites, man. I love Hall & Oates. To me, they're a vibe. And going into this, I don't want to spoil too much at this point, but I was more familiar with their 80s stuff. I did not know how great their 70s stuff was. I was that part I kind of discovered as we were doing this to a degree. There were a couple that I knew, but it was really, really fun to come and do this and take everything full circle and to find out, wow, these dudes really did back in the day. There's a lot of bangers here, man. There's a lot.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really fun listen if you're not familiar with them. Obviously that's the purpose of the show, what we're doing here. But if for anyone who's never heard of Hall Oates before, check them out. Get your mind right. It's a vibe.
So on that, I think it was the last time you were on, Keith, you gave me like towards the end of the episode, you're like, rattled off a couple, like we were looking at the list and you went, Hall & Oates, how am I not on this already? So talk to me, like Hall & Oates, it does seem right up your alley. First of all, how did it take you so long to notice? And then second of all,
how much was the follow-up to Cory's story? I'm kind of I grew up listening to the Greatest Hits album just like everyone else, our age did. How can you not like some of the songs we're going to rattle off tonight? And, it's very hard not to make this like a top 10, like a Greatest Hits album anyway. So I tried to go for something a little bit different, but the ones I grew up with still managed to resonate really strong. And like Cory said, there's a lot of solid music on here. It was interesting. I mean, it wasn't fully a discovery because obviously I knew Hall & Oates, but I only knew like their Greatest Hits album, so I didn't really get into the nuanced stuff. But this one was fun. It was a lot. I didn't realize you threw 11 albums on this list. And I feel like we still missed some.
Oh, we still missed
some.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like there was still more we could have done. But yeah, no, this was fun. It's, it's got a lot of that good 80s synth, the 70s sound. I mean, the vocals, as anyone who knows Hall Oates, is top notch. So this one was fun. I just don't have the story that Cory has. I'm sorry. I'm a crappy host, guest.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Not everybody's Philly guy, but so you mentioned the 11 albums, which it's difficult because Cory. He listed. We were up here one day doing the other pod, Grease Pole, which you can find on Apple Podcasts or wherever. And
thanks for the plug.
Yeah, man. But we were talking about what the framework would be, and he mentioned two albums, and then we looked it up, and we're like, well, that's like 11 albums. it's like okay. Well, and then you look at each album, and it's only like 9-10 songs. I think the most it gets up to is like 13, and it's like, okay, well, that's not so bad until you get to like 11 albums, and then it really does start adding up. But it's such an easy listen, and
it is.
I mean, I blasted through like 3-4 albums at a time, just like not even really thinking about it. Also, I was surprised, like no real easy outs. There's a couple albums that have like some stuff. It's like, okay, well, that's good, but like that doesn't match this at all. So it's like, that's the easy out. But there was not very much. I think after my first pass was like 39 or 40 or something. No, it was 47 initially. And then I took another pass at it and got it down to 39. And then yet another pass to get it to 27. So so walk me through your list this time, Cory. How did you get your 20?
Okay, so real quick, I just want to defend the arduous choice of going with 11 albums. And the reason, because the last album on the list, Big Bam Boom, that is a must. You cannot not include that one. The cover, again, this is for the people who are unfamiliar with Hall & Oates. When we started, the first album we did on this list, in terms of 1 to 11, was Abandoned Luncheonette, which was released in 1972. The cover of that album is freaking awesome. And I honestly didn't know a ton about it, but I remember the cover where you have the old abandoned roadside diner off like a back road in PA on the cover. And I was like, that one, we have to start with that one because cool album. I was like a 6-year-old, you know what I mean? Going through like my parents, So that's how we got to the arduous, and that's my fault because the criteria that I told you last night of, because I was a clown that said, hey, 11 albums maybe, how do you guys feel? I wanted to try to go with one off of each album, and I was hung up. I had 24, and I could not eliminate the last 4 to save my life because I wanted to stick to the criteria of, okay, I'm the ass that suggested 11 albums. Damn it, I will have one from every album on here, one way or another. And I broke that rule.
Oh,
so I did, man, and it hurt. It really, really hurt. But because I wanted to represent them all, but it was tough, which we'll get to. But it was a lot of listening to, repeated, just trying to pick out anything where I could go. You're doing like the 6 and 1/2 dozen and the other. And I got down to 4 last night, made my final 2 this morning. And when I made it, it was like just a mental, like, okay. I got there, man. I got to 20. Because this one, of the ones I've done, and The Doors was tough for me because everyone was like one of my children. And this one too, in a lot of ways, because I do love Hall & Oates. But it was so tough for me just to eliminate those last couple. You know what I mean? Because you do, like he said, you feel like you have to have, there's some you feel like you have to have there, but you also want to, encompass everything else as well to get the full picture.
So Keith, what I see here, like on Spotify, like as we were setting up, you were still listening. So what was, what was your 20 like?
It was the same. My first pass, I mean, the way I do it, I mean, I don't know, if you guys do it this way or not, but I do it in chronological order. So, I mean, I listen, so I can hear the sound evolve. I'm sure I've said that on other episodes, but like my first pass, I mean, I'm looking at my notes. I easily had anywhere from 6 to 8 albums or 6 to 8 songs per album on my first pass through. So, I mean, I had over 60 easily. and just trying to cut it down, like Cory said, trying to find something that was a little bit different, because some of them do have a similar tone, similar just structure in general with the vocals and the synths and occasionally the horns. But I always play the game as well. I want to make sure every album is represented, even if they're, even if one album blows them out of the water. I still want to say, hey, you should check out this album so you can at least hear where they started or where they evolved to. So I think I have almost two from every album, except for I think I've got one from two different albums. I've got, two albums with one track each, but even that was tough. I mean, it was not my normal. I had to go through and look at that 60 plus list and be like, all right, what were the ones that I remember that stuck out per album? And that's kind of how I did it.
I've realized, and we talk a lot about on this show, I take a lot of flack because a lot of times I skip out on hits, but some artists, and I fully believe with Hall Oates especially, like as good as the catalog is, those hits are hits for reasons. And like the fact that I can go through 11 albums and these hits still stood out way up at the top, that says something. But then it comes down to, well, which ones do I bring and which ones do I exclude? Which, I also found that I didn't realize that Hall & Oates rocked. Like, there's a bunch of like rockin' tunes, especially early on. I was like, what is going on here? Like, I mean, when I think
they had a good evolution, because they hit a lot of that, like that 70s like soul / R&B a little bit, but then they hit that disco era, and I mean, some of the remixes I actually liked better than the originals on the album. So I don't know if any of them made it. I don't think any of them made it through, but they hit a weird time when music was evolving. So, and they evolved with it really well.
Absolutely. And you mentioned bringing in synths and horns and like the utilization of that in different ways. And when I think of Hall & Oates, and I hate to mention a song here, but like it's the only one that I knew 100% was a Hall & Oates song before this was Maneater. So like when I think of Hall & Oates, like that sound is what I'm thinking. So so like as I'm coming through and I'm getting to these like rockier tunes, and like there's like some odysseys at points, like it's like, wow, they're really experimenting here. And I mean, it didn't happen often, but there was definitely experimentation in the sound. And but like when I'm coming back through to make cuts, I'm like trying to hone in on what makes Hall & Oates, and that kept bringing me back to that, like, I hate to use the word cheesy, but Maneater specifically does feel kind of that cheesy 80s. That doesn't make it a bad tune. It just has that cheesemo feel to it. So
that MTV era, back when MTV was MTV.
Yeah. And for Hall & Oates, that's a great thing. And they arguably tippy top at that. So that's where I kept trying to pull it to. And then like, so once I had that kind of rounded out, I'm trying to pull in a couple things that kind of sound different. Of course, as I was doing this, I started Thrice. I'd done like 3 or 4 other bands. So like I should have taken notes, but your boy, not always the brightest. So did not take notes. What are you gonna do? I mean, most of the songs that like are at the top of my list, I can talk about, and I do know that there's one that I don't have that was kind of calculated. So we'll see what goes on with y'all. But with that being said, the name of the game is Deprogrammed, and we have each combed through 11 Hall & Oates records and plucked out 20 songs that we're going to now mash against each other in an attempt to create a top 10 starter kit for you to listen to and attempt to get in to Hall & Oates. So I think I'm going to come here first because I think this... Yeah.
Sorry, I can't help it.
It's like responding to me. I'm into it.
Open a window, Justin. Let the bird out of your house.
That's 2. We need a hat trick now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that ain't here. So, I'm gonna start here because this is a song that I knew was Hall & Oates, but like like hearing it on the album kind of hammered home. Oh yeah, duh, Hall Oates. So I'm gonna go here. You Make My Dreams Come True.
Got it.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
right. I started listening to it and I'm just like jamming. I'm like, I forgot that this was even them. Like, I don't know how I forgot that was even them, but I did. And because your boy, not always bright. But I'm just
good looking.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
There you go.
Thank you, sir. I just had to have it. And, you know, I came back to it again later and I'm like, yeah, this is in. Like, it's undeniable. It sounds like them and it still hits me all the same way all these years later. So, let's pull that over into the list. It made the list. I guess we'll come back to that later. That'll make a lot more sense later. All right, we'll move over to Cory.
Okay, that one, by the way, great call, great way to start off, because out of that crop of MTV stuff that I'm sure we'll touch on most, if not all, that's one of those ones that absolutely has to go. You know what I mean? There's two or three of that handful that immediately just makes you want to rock out. Great call. I am going to go. I'm going to go back to the part that I kind of discovered of Hall & Oates. I'm going to travel back to 1974, off the War Babies album, looking out the window. It was just raining a little bit. What better song to play than 70s Scenario?
Got it.
Okay.
Yes.
I got to look at
Justin, yay, nay?
I'm pretty sure I don't. This whole thing is all out of order because it was messing up when I was putting the list together. So I don't remember which colors or which albums. Okay, so red was War Babies. 70. No, okay, so it goes to The Conversation. I do not have it. But it's in The Conversation.
Yep.
All right.
Moral victories.
Right? I mean, it's better than your first one getting trotted out as trash. So.
Right, exactly. Swing and a miss.
All right. Moving on over to Keith.
All right. You know, I'm going to go back to that Voices album. You know, early 80s, like you said, You Make My Dreams Come True. Solid song. This is one I actually forgot they had done too, but it's a solid song when you remember it. You've Lost That Love and Feeling.
Oh, I don't have it.
I've got my 5 final cut written down, and that is on one of my 5 final cuts.
Oh, snap.
And it was a bummer to
talk
leave
about
that
a swing
one
and a
off,
miss.
But it sucked to leave that one off, man.
Yeah. No, the Voices was a good album. It had a lot of like well-known stuff.
Yeah. I think that's part of what
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, I think that's part of what happened with me, because as a matter of fact, I think on my turn, I'll show you why. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, I mean, this album came out in 1980. Turns out that they actually like wrote and produced and arranged like this whole album all by themselves. I mean, so they changed the whole game and they came out strong.
Yes.
So the reason I didn't have You've Lost That Love and Feeling is because I went with this one instead. Kiss on My List.
Yep.
Nope.
Okay, into the combo. For me, it was like, it's just undeniable. Like it's again, uniquely them. It's fun. It makes me think of the Mike and Bob show. The bits are on the list. So
I can't hear that song. I can't hear that song without that individual singing that version of it, and I'm like, all right, now I'm good.
I mean, but like, again, hearing it as it came up, and it felt undeniable, and so it's like, You've Lost That Love and Feeling did make my first round, but like when I came back around, I'm looking at Make My Dreams and Kiss on the List, and I'm like, those are the two. So, all right, it moves to The Conversation. Cory.
Okay. I'm gonna wander to 1980 with you guys on Voices, and I'm gonna play How Does It Feel to Be Back?
I don't got it.
Nope.
Bueller?
Nope.
Nope.
That's all right. A whiff.
Sometimes it be that way.
They can't all be first round picks, man.
Right. All right. That's right. It's at the bottom. Where is it? Oh, God. It's all out of order. It's driving me nuts. All right. Keith?
Let's go up to that Abandoned Luncheonette album, number 1 on our list there. Las Vegas Turnaround.
Yeah. Yep.
That was the final cut for me, but I mean, I that was one of my 5 final cuts. But I'm not mad at all. It's got to, and it's in the conversation.
Yeah, let me, I think it's down with my stiff. She's gone. Las Vegas Turnaround. So, again, when I came back around to start doing cuts, I got it down to that last 29, and as I'm listening to Las Vegas Turnaround, to me, it sounded enough like the others, like where they were going, essentially. Like, it doesn't sound exactly like where they end up, but it's one of the songs that sounds like where they're going to eventually get. And so I was like, this is a nice precursor. I like this. So
little foreplay.
Indeed. All right. Let me go back to my list here. I don't, I want to put it out there. I talked about it in the prequel conversation there, the precursor. Maneater.
Oh yeah,
I got it.
You have to, right?
It's chalk, but it's a Rushmore for a reason, man.
Yeah, like it's undeniable. It's what they sound like. It's fun, and it's just a good tune. So, all right.
Yeah.
Like you said, chalk, but like I said, I get the feeling there's probably at least 2 more chalk that we're gonna take. So, all right, Maneater.
100%.
Maneater is in, and that takes us to Cory.
All right, let me go to. I'm gonna roll back to the Fun album cover as well, with the red abandoned metal diner on the side of the highway. I'm gonna go with Lady Rain.
Oh God, no.
It's a good one.
No dice.
But...
No dice.
When I say I was surprised by Abandoned Luncheonette, I think on my first pass, I only cut 1 song.
It was tough, man.
Like my first pass on that album, I think I went back and was like, okay, I gotta at least cut 1 other song.
Right. And see, for me, off of Abandoned Luncheonette, it came down to I did the flip flop between Lady Rain and Las Vegas Turnaround, and Lady Rain to me kind of grooved a little bit. It was a little bit different than when I immediately think Hall Oates, boom, pops into my head. It was kind of different than what immediately comes to mind. That's why I went that route. But either way, all good.
All right, move it on over to Keith.
Let's see. Let's stick with Abandoned Luncheonette and go with She's Gone.
Yes, sir.
Do not have it.
Okay, into the combo though.
Let me guess. One of your last 5.
Yep. How'd you know?
I mean, got a theme going on here with my picks here, Cory. I'm starting to wonder.
Man.
Well, and so this is the problem with having so many songs, is that is going to happen a lot too. So it's actually a good thing that there's a couple that are pretty much or at least they feel like guarantees, because even those technically aren't guarantees. So let me move She's Gone into the conversation, and that takes it back to me, right?
Yeah.
Let me go with this one. This one we got a couple times from the listeners too, so I can't go for that. No can do.
100%.
Oh, let's see. Hang on. Which album was that on?
Private Eyes.
Yep.
Nope, don't got it.
Okay, well, it goes to the conversation. All right. Again, it's one of those tunes that, like, I was like, duh, Hall Oates.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I never really paid attention to them, other than even Maneater when I was younger. I didn't realize it was them, and I didn't realize it was them until I was in high school, I think. And then a lot of these other tunes, I was like, oh yeah, duh.
Right.
All right. So that's in the convo. That moves us over to Cory.
Okay, I'm gonna go with this is one for me. Like, I Can't Go For That was for you. Retained the song over the years, kind of on the peripheral, and forgot as I was going through this. I was like, Christ, Hall & Oates did that song. Hell yeah. I'm going to go to 1982 off the H2O album, Family Man.
Don't got it.
One of you. Come on, Justin.
Nope.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus.
Regretting those 11 albums yet, man?
It's such a banger. And dude, if you watch the video, there is no way this music video, and like there's a lot of good videos by Hall & Oates, right? Because just quintessential early 80s MTV. But there's a scene in the music video where there's like a dad and he's sitting on like a couch in a living room watching like Hall & Oates on TV, and he's just sitting there smoking a cigarette with 4 kids super close to him. And it's like, imagine if they tried that shit in 2020 video, how many people would freak out. You know,
well, first you just said a music video in 2020.
Yeah, really.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? But it's just like, that's the way life was in 1982. It was just, it's a trip, man. Because some of these, as we, especially the chalk ones, this era kind of, I went back and I looked up some of the music videos, and that was one that when I saw that, I just giggled and went, wow, 1982.
All right. That moves us over to Keith.
Let's see here. Where do I want to go? Let's stick with, let's see, what War Babies. This is my last one off of War Babies. You're Much Too Soon.
Negative.
Nope. Wait. Hold on. Let me make sure. Nope. Now I got to find it on this list. There it is. There it is. Red. Duh. All right. You're Much Too Soon. Nope. All right. So after those first couple rounds, we've got 2 all the way through and 5 in the conversation. So we're not doing great, but we're not doing awful either.
Well, there's still a few more like quintessential ones that I think we still need to talk about. So,
right, so I feel like this one didn't get run from listeners, but when I came up on it, I was like, oh yeah, I love this one. And when Cory said Big Bang Bam Boom has to be in, and I got to this record, I was like, well, which ones? And then I heard this song. I'm going with this one. I don't know if it's one of the ones, but I do think it needs more love. Out of Touch.
Yes.
I had to cut it.
All right.
What?
It's a good one. Don't get me wrong. It's in the conversation. I will happily concede this one.
All right.
It was one of those ones where it was like everyone knows this one.
Yeah, it is. And I don't know, man. It may be different for you, Keith, but there's a couple when I think of Hall & Oates, there's about 3 songs that jump to mind immediately. And like Private Eyes, and I'll leave another one out there for now as a mystery, but Out of Touch is another one for me that just immediately, like, it's chalk as hell, but I always think of Out of Touch when I think Hall & Oates. So that's probably why it gets the sentimental for me.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I feel like there's definitely like the 80s Hall & Oates people, like you, Cory, who are like, oh yeah, this is 80s Hall & Oates. These are my favorite, Man Eater, Out of Touch. But like, I feel like as we're talking, I might be more 70s Hall & Oates.
That makes sense.
Because there are some of the ones that I think of when you say Hall & Oates. One of my, actually, is it my pick now or no?
Next up is Cory, because I went Out of Touch.
Okay, you did Out of Touch. Okay.
And I'm probably gonna play the one, Keith. My fault, man. I'm probably gonna play the one because this is number 3 that comes to mind for me, and it's actually my favorite song by Hall & Oates, far and away. Love it. It rocks. Off of Bigger Than the Both of Us, Rich Girl.
Yep.
That was the one where I told you last night, Justin. I was like, there's one that I'm sure is going to make it through, but if not, I'm gonna start wrecking dudes. That was it.
No, that is that, and that's the thing. Like when I think Hall & Oates, it's Rich Girl.
Yep.
So like that is the song, and then You Make My Dreams Come True. Those 2 top Hall & Oates.
Yep.
And that I think I'm a 70s Hall & Oates guy.
Nothing wrong. There's a lot worse things to be, man.
Yeah, really.
Exactly.
All right.
All right. So let's go with let's stick with the 70s. Let's go with their Hall and Oates album, Daryl Hall and John Oates. Out of Me, Out of You.
No, but it hurt to cut that one.
Okay, I do.
Understandably so.
Yeah, I don't have it either. This is bizarre because, like, we're not hitting the trash a lot, but we're also not getting the unanimouses either.
We had over 100 songs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
You're trying to get 3 guys to pick 60 songs, or let's just do the math. Trying to get 20 songs that are all the same.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we could pick 60 different ones and still have 40 we haven't touched.
Yep.
Right.
All right. So we've got 3 all the way through and 6 in the conversation. 1 more and I can officially relax. You know what?
I still got how many we got here?
I've got a few.
Yeah, me too.
I still got like 10, 12 left.
Yeah. We're
11 left.
We're nowhere near it. So let me trot some more baby stuff out. Can't Stop the Music.
Do not have
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
Into the trash. Into the trash.
it. You garbage.
Yeah, dump. Get my bags.
All right. Cory?
All right. I will stay in the 70s. That Philly blues, Philly soul feel that they had to them back in the early days. Off of Bigger Than the Both of Us. Do what you want, be what you are.
Oh my
Got
God.
it.
Hell yes.
Okay, I don't, but that was definitely a hard cut. All right, so that goes the combo. Blue. All right, Keith?
I'm gonna stick with that Hall and Oates album, Grounds for Separation.
Negative.
Let me see.
For
I
me.
figured it might be a long. Yeah, I figured it might be a long shot.
Nope. No, I don't have that one either. I'm going to stay right at the top here then. I'm going to Private Eyes, and I'm going Private Eyes.
100%.
I wholeheartedly agree with it, but I do not have it on my list.
All right.
Blasphemy.
Again, it was just one of those ones that I was like, "God, it's
Yep.
Hey, wait, what decade was Private Eyes? Was that 80s?
81, yeah.
Yep. See.
All right. That's okay, though. It officially gets us out of NTP, so I can relax. Whatever we hit from here on out is okay.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it. I mean, I'm happy to have it on the list. So
Yeah.
it's not on mine.
There's a lot in the convo, which is always good.
Yep. All right. Cory?
Okay. Where do I want to go? You know what? Let me go late 70s off the Ecstatic album, Portable Radio.
Got it.
Damn right.
I don't have it.
I knew when I first listened to that album and that song, I was like, no, Portable Radio is going all the way through.
Yeah, dude.
I definitely don't have it, but I also am not finding it on my master. I remember listening to it, but I'm not seeing it on my master list. My master Trello list. Let me be more specific. Where the hell is it? No. You said it was Ecstatic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the album. Let's see. No Brain, No Pain, Time's Up. Intravino, #1. Running from Paradise. There it is. Jesus. If it was a snake, it would have bit me.
Did you just give away some of your picks, Justin?
No, that was like I was just reading the album tracks. All right, so Portable Radio was that Cory?
In the conversation.
Yeah, was that
Yep.
which one of y'all was that?
It's Keith's turn. Yeah, I played that, so it's
Okay.
Keith's turn.
All right, go ahead.
So I'm gonna stick with this Ecstatic, and this one was tough because it was either this one or another one on the same album, and they both had really solid just bass in both of the songs. But the one I ended up going with was "Who Said the World Was Fair."
That was one of my not final 5 cuts, but it was in my 28 that I hovered around for a while. It was 28, 27, 26 in that area. That one sucked to cut. I do not have it.
Yeah.
I do not have that.
It was between that one and another one, but I don't want to spoil in case anyone else says it.
Yeah.
Let's see. You know what? Since we're there, let me trot out one of my ecstatic picks. The Woman Comes and Goes.
Yeah. No, that was like a second round cut.
All right. Trash. All right, Cory.
All right. I do not believe we've gone to Beauty on a Black Street yet. So I'll take a stab at it and go with Bad Habits and Infection.
Oh my fucking God. Are you serious? Oh, God damn it.
Let me guess, one of your last 5 picks.
It was number 21. I sat on that one because
I don't have it either.
It was a rocker. And we were just talking about that yesterday. Like, I was like, man, I love the rockers, but like, I feel like I got to go in a different direction with oh, God. Oh, right. I love that tune.
It rocks, dude. It's a banger.
Oh, God bless it. I'm so mad. All right, Keith.
I'll stick with Beauty on a Back Street because this was one of the albums I only had one track on, just because I had to get all the other ones on the list. But You Must Be Good for Something.
Do not have it.
Nope. But I'm pretty sure that was right there at the end too. I could, well, you know what? It wasn't even, so my first pass was 47. That's not even half. So it's not even like, it's not even like, it definitely made that first pass. All right. All right. I feel like we're floundering here. How about going back to War Babies? Is it a star?
No.
Nope.
Oh, man. All right. All
Keep
right.
that floundering going.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Cory?
All right. I'll stay with you on War Babies. I'm going to play my last one from War Babies. Last one I've got. Do either of you have Better Watch Your Back?
No, but that's a solid one.
Nope.
It was.
Nope. All right.
All right. It gets the Big Ugly X.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Keith?
Let's see. Let's just kind of start going down the list here. It's from the album Along the Red Ledge, Melody for a Memory.
Got it.
All right, let's.
Nice.
Okay, so that's those light blue. No. Let me switch over to this one. Light blue. Light blue, he said. There it is. Oh, wait, no, those are the ones I picked. Serious music. Haven't been one. Melody for a Memory.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, over into the convo. Maybe just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 9? I wish I could count better. Oh, okay.
I've got 10 that are in the convo. I could be off though.
No, you're right. There's 10 in the convo and 3 all the way through. So there actually will be a conversation. So I don't have to. I don't have to sweat any misses anymore. I don't have to feel like I played bad. I still
got 5 more that you guys can reject.
I've still got. Yeah, there's still a few for me too. Let me see. I've got 3 left.
Oh wow.
4. I'm sorry, 4.
Because I still have 8. So
Wow.
All right.
I guess we've been rejecting a lot of your crap.
Yeah. It's true. Let me go to. All right. Let's stay on Along the Red Ledge then.
I'm out.
Same.
Never mind then. I will not play that then. Jeez.
No, tell us what it is, Justin. We at least want to know what it is.
Nah, I mean,
so we can tell you no.
I'll clear them out later. Let's go back to Bigger Than the Both of Us then. Back Together Again.
What album was that off of? My fault.
Bigger Than the Both of Us.
No, do not have it.
All right. Into the trash. All right, Cory?
All right. This one's probably a sleeper, but God, it was a fun one, man. I almost was looking for a reason to cut this one in favor of like, a Vegas turnaround or She's Gone or one of those, but I could not, I couldn't get rid of this one. Off of H2O, Where Are the Italian Girls?
It's a good one, but no, I don't have it.
I'm guessing the laughter means fuck you. Neither of us have it.
I definitely.
I don't have it. Sorry, man.
Yeah, I definitely
It's all
don't either.
good, man. I figured nobody would, but I was like, you know what?
Hey, you never know.
I have to shove this in the middle of the episode. I have to.
You never know if you don't ask.
Right.
All right, Keith.
Let's see. Let's stick with H2O. This will be my last one off of H2O. Delayed Reaction.
No.
No.
Well, all right. I've only got a couple left here.
Yeah, I've got 4 left here.
All right. So, how about from Beauty on a Backstreet? Don't Change.
Negative.
Nope.
All right. Cory.
All right. I'm gonna go with my last one I've got off H2O. Go Solo.
Nope.
Nope.
Right.
All right.
See, for me, it was guessing games and Delayed Reaction that I had to decide between. And Delayed Reaction ended up winning out.
Right.
All right, Keith.
That was that Spotify listen right before the show was starting while I was trying to get my mic to work.
The tiebreaker.
Yep, it really was. I'm gonna head back to the Private Eyes album and do Head Above Water. Really like how that one went, and the lyrics felt very apropos.
Do not have it though.
Nope. All right. I have to bring this one up because this one felt very Hall Oates, and it is off of the album Daryl Hall and John Oates. Alone Too Long.
Don't have it.
Nope.
See, this is where the 11 albums is for real coming into play. All right, Cory.
All right. 2 left. Which one do I want to go? All right. I'm gonna play my last one off of Private Eyes. Good tune. Did It in a Minute.
Nope.
No, I went with I'll just go ahead and say mine from Private Eyes. I went with Unguarded Minute.
Nope. You guys were on the same mind wave there, but
same concept.
Just a little bit off.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'll just blast out whatever I got left, and then you guys can do the same. So here's my last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 of them I know for a fact y'all don't have, but we'll see about.
I've only got anything from Big Bam Boom. Excuse me.
That's what my last one left is off of as well.
Oh, okay. So all 5 of these are misses. All right.
Sorry, Justin.
That's all right. I'll just clear them out. So I've got When the Morning Comes.
Nope.
I thought that was just a great introduction to the band. What's Important to Me? It's a Laugh. Don't Blame It on Love. And funny that you brought it up, Keith, Guessing Games from H2O.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like gone the other way. We could have talked about it.
Yep.
Yeah, It's a Laugh was among one of my final cuts as well. That one was tough.
All right. So what is your last one, Cory?
Final one, Possession Obsession.
Oh my God. I mean, obviously I don't have it, but
Right.
Yeah, I don't have it either. But which one did you like? The album version or the disco cut?
To be honest, I don't even know which one it was because this one I heard while I was at work. And so I just I was doing my thing, looked down, at least for the first time, went through and I looked down, okay, what's the song title? Because I did not recognize the song title immediately. So I looked down and I could go back and find it for you because I screen grabbed it. That's what I did with the songs I didn't know while I was at work supposedly doing my job, but rocking out. While also doing my job, I guess. I can multitask. But I screen grabbed it. I'm not sure which version it was, but whichever one it was, awesome.
all right. What was your last one, Keith?
I had the 2 I had left from Big Bam Boom were Some Things Are Better Left Unsaid and Going Through the Motions.
Okay. So Some Things Are Better Left Unsaid was actually one that listeners brought up.
Solid tune.
It is.
And I do have to point out the answer that we got the most from listeners, we didn't even bring up. I think
now I just feel like a jerk.
Let me guess. It's adult education.
No, we got that one too. But your wife actually reached out to me about this weekend, Keith.
Oh,
Sarah Smile.
That's right. We were listening to that one in the car back from vacation, and she said, and I had it on my first round picks, and it made through the first round, and she goes, if Sarah Smiles is on your list, divorce time, baby.
That's heavy. She's
I was like, all right, guess I'll scratch this.
Yeah,
one.
we don't need that. We don't need that.
Fine, jeez.
Oh,
no respect.
No, she's got no respect for the integrity of the game, I tell you, Keith.
Yeah, I know, right? Just trying to do an honest listen, and it came on the radio. I was like, what? I've got to listen to it. Got to listen all the way through.
Right.
Can't do deprogrammed if I listen to half a song.
Okay.
I'm getting looks, gentlemen.
Okay, let's move off of that topic. So we have 3 all the way through, which I feel like is a good start, considering, again, 119 songs, 3 dudes picking 20. We got 3 through all the way. You Make My Dreams Come True, Maneater, and Rich Girl. Chalk for sure, but for a reason. So I was only off by 1. I thought for sure like one other one was going to get in, but okay.
Same.
So I think, what do we have here? 10 that we need to chop down to 7. All right, so let me run this down. We'll run this down and then figure out which ones belong and which ones it's like, okay, cool. It got its run. So we have 70s Scenario, Kiss on My List, Las Vegas Turnaround, She's Gone, I Can't Go For That, No Can Do, Out of Touch, Do What You Want, Be What You Are, Private Eyes, Portable Radio, Melody for a Memory.
Okay, so I think, because we've got 3 so far, and there's a pocket in the conversation still that is still kind of quasi chalk. Like you've got Private Eyes, I Can't Go For That, Out of Touch. Those are kind of in that
and Kiss on My list.
Yeah.
And Kiss on My list. Okay, I missed that. Right. So that's 4 right there. I think to start, just throwing it out there, maybe we could cut that in half. If there's 2 that we agree on there, then that still leaves the other back half of the countdown that we can kind of play with.
Okay.
Because I don't want to immediately just go, okay, let's throw in all the hits because, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of other good stuff up here that's lesser known.
So,
you got to play the game. So
I would say Out of Touch for sure. Of those 4, Out of Touch is number one of those 4.
Actually going to say the same for album representation. It's the only thing from Big Bang Boom that got through. And I don't know that it's necessarily the strongest, but I think Out of Touch is absolutely one of the 2 for sure.
That's the first 2 it came in mind out of those 4 is Out of Touch and Private Eyes.
Okay.
Same.
All right, so let's do that then. So Out of Touch, Private Eyes are in. So that gives us half of our list. So Kiss on My List and I Can't Go For That, not out, just back to the conversation for them. So bringing it back to album representation here. So let's see. Maneater is H2O. Portable Radio is Ecstatic.
You know what we don't have, boys? We don't have anything from what is it, Daryl Hall and John Oates.
We don't.
I don't see anything on that list from there.
Nope.
Wow, you're right.
And I really like that album. It was like a 70s emo album. That's what I have in my notes here. 70s emo.
Yeah.
Well, you run into that again. So many songs you run on the list. You run into that problem, like not being able to get 2 on the song. So,
right. Well, and when you have 11 albums, and you only can get a top 10 list,
right?
The album's gonna get cut. It's just math, baby.
Yep, something's not gonna make it. All right. So I'll be honest. The only ones that weren't on my radar at all, like completely, were Portable Radio and Melody for a Memory. Everything else made my first cut. So, I
would make a strong case for Portable Radio. I mean, I don't have my notes on it, but that stuck out when I did my first pass through on this entire thing.
All right, so let me.
That I agree. I agree with Portable Radio. That was one of my absolute favorites. That and 70s Scenario as well.
So let me give myself a little sample.
Ones, I'm trying to look at what all.
Well, and honestly, we've got Las Vegas Turnaround and She's Gone from Abandoned Luncheonette.
Yeah, and I just saw those, right.
And I like She's Gone, but I feel like a lot of people know it, so I feel like we should give Las Vegas Turnaround some love.
All in makes sense to me.
Well, and like I said when we were leading into it, like Las Vegas Turnaround feels like where they're going. So
right,
yeah.
So I'm with that.
I say Las Vegas Turnaround.
Yeah, let's do it.
On board, all in, no pun intended.
So that gives us 6. So here's the question: drop She's Gone completely, or just let it hang around and get cut naturally?
let it, I'd say let it get cut naturally. We still need 4 more, and we've only got
I think 6,
7 to go through. So
you're right. Yeah, 7. Yeah, 7. All right. So is this where album representation comes in? Because at this point, the only song from War Babies is 70 Scenario. Cory has already gone to bat for it. I was the odd man out on it.
It's a solid song. I mean, if you need to listen to it again, Justin, I mean, I'm not going to hold you up. It's your show. I mean,
yeah,
you're more than welcome to listen to it.
Hold on, let me get. Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, there we go.
War Babies was tough for me because I feel like I had almost the whole. I think I even told Cory. I think I only cut like initially 2 songs from each of the first 2 records, and then like I got to a point and I'm like, okay, I need to start making these cuts before I make it through my first way
I was
pass.
the exact same way. I think when my first go through, I think I had let me see, I have like 7 songs on from there, and then like by the time I'm getting to like H2O and Big Bam Boom, I'm like, all right, God, I just need like 2 songs.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks, but I mean that's how it goes sometimes, especially when you're binging this stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And fun fact, War Babies was actually the last album they did with Atlantic Records before they went to RCA Records. And they didn't really have any hits until they went to RCA.
Right.
RCA was their big break.
All right, so 70 Scenario gets plopped through. That gives us 7.
Okay, let me mark that one. I can't believe neither of you guys had Family Man. God damn it. I just passed by that again and went, these bastards. Because that's one of those ones I was like willing to throw down for. And I'm like, I can't even argue because they cut my nuts off.
Right from the start.
Right. Okay, so we're at 7 now, right? 70 Scenario is officially through.
Yep. And so now
let's go down to 7 real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have You Make My Dreams Come True, Maneater, Rich Girl, Out of Touch, Private Eyes, Las Vegas Turnaround, and 70 Scenario.
That's a solid list already.
Yeah.
I mean, if we didn't need 3 more, I'd be fine with that list.
So
yeah.
Now Kiss on my list, and I can't go for that, are starting to look a little bit more expendable when you look at the whole of what we've got. I'm not saying let's cut them, but they now look a little bit more expendable.
Yeah, and looking at it, it looks like the only one we have from Along the Red Ledge is Melody for a Memory.
Uh-huh.
I mean, do we think an album representation here? I mean, I don't want to go 2 albums that don't have tracks on here, so...
I was thinking the same thing with Ecstatic, because we don't have anything through from Ecstatic, right? Portable Radio is the only one still up for debate, right?
No, wait.
Yep.
Is it? I thought we had... I'm looking at your color coding.
Yeah, Maneater is H2O.
Yep.
So
okay. Yeah, Portable Radio is the only Ecstatic one we got on here.
And then Melody for Memory is the only one from Along the Red Ledge. So do we have Rich Girl, Bigger Than Both of Us? Okay, because I was going to say we also have Do What You Want, Be What You Are.
Right.
On Bigger Than Both of Us, but I forgot Rich Girl was an automatic, as it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that, I mean, let's just go ahead and say it. That one's gonna be the one with the bullet, right? Are we?
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely. That's the one seed.
Yep.
That's the one seed.
All right, so let's plot Portable Radio and Melody for a Memory through.
Oh,
Okay.
look at that. We just need one more then.
Yeah.
So that leaves So now we are okay. Hang on.
So
now we're down to
4.
If I'm correct, we've got She's Gone is still hanging on by a limb, but just barely. Do What You Want, Be What You Are. Then we've got Kiss on My List, and I Can't Go For That.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Are those the only
Yes,
ones
sir.
left? Damn it.
And that's not easy.
That's tough, man.
Honestly, if I had to pick any of those, if I had to narrow it down, I could narrow it down to She's Gone and Do What You Want, Be What You Are.
Okay.
It's gonna be one of those two for me, but all four are solid.
And Justin, maybe you could be the tiebreaker here, because see, we agree on one. The two I go with are Do What You Want, Be What You Are. And I also go, I Can't Go For That. And I know that's a quintessential one, but
all right, so let's do
it's
this.
kind of between that and see, I forgot She's Gone. I've got that over here since I didn't actually have that down, because I was immediately looking at Do What You Want, Be What You Are, and then Kiss on My List, and I Can't Go For That. And out of Kiss on My List or I Can't Go For That, I'm going I Can't Go For That 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So
And we only need one more.
Right.
So it's gotta be one of those.
And that's what I'm saying. So you and I both had Do What You Want, Be What You Are. So,
Yeah.
depending on where Justin is.
So we're losing Kiss on My List. It's out. So it's down to
Totally cool with that.
Can't Go For That, She's Gone, or Do What You Want, Be What You Are. Now, for whatever reason, Do What You Want wasn't sticking out to me. This never fucking helps. Why do I do this? Because I'm leaning, I can't go for that. But when you look at the list, it's like, I don't know if we need it. Like, as much as I love that tune, I don't know if we need it. And I think
and I love it too, but I agree. It's that genre is well represented though.
And I think between Vegas Turnaround and She's Gone, I feel like we already got it right with Vegas Turnaround.
I agree.
So I don't know. I'm leaning here, man. I'm leaning Do What You Want.
It's a solid one.
It's a Philly soul track. I'm all for it, man. If you guys are.
So let's do it.
It was with you and me, Cory. So I mean, we just gotta, Justin, you just keep listening to that song until you're ready to put it at the top 10.
Right? Yeah, we'll just hang out, man.
All right, let's do it. It's in. See, I'm here for this list because I feel like it's almost exactly what I thought. 5 chalk and 5 that were kind of up for grabs. So here's our 10. Rich Girl, You Make My Dreams Come True, Maneater, Out of Touch, Private Eyes, Las Vegas Turnaround, 70s Scenario, Portable Radio, Melody for a Memory, and Do What You Want, Be What You Are. That's a solid 10.
And that's a beautiful list. That's exactly, like you said, that's exactly what it should be, because you've got half this chalk. Okay, so you've got that taken care of, and the other half, is the other end of the spectrum in a sense. You know what I mean? I think that encapsulates perfectly. Again, like you said, Keith, and I'm terrible at math, but 11 is greater than 10. Even my dumb ass can figure that out. So not every album is going to be represented, but I think that's as perfect a representation as you could get.
Yeah. And
yeah, absolutely. And it's a good list to get people kind of like, oh yeah, they did do this song, and then we're like, oh, I never heard this by them, and it kind of pulls them into the other stuff. It's a gorgeous list.
The amount of times I said that over the course of listening to those 11 records. Oh yeah, duh. And,
right?
And again, it's some of those ones like Out of Touch, where it's just like, oh yeah, of course it is. Like,
right.
Why wasn't that on automatic? Okay. And we've already made our decision. We don't even have to have a conversation. Rich Girl is the number 1 with a bullet. So take that, Alfredo. And I think, Cory, I know you're up for Queen, and I think technically we have the panel for it. So that might be like an August, September type deal.
Right on.
But I have a feeling that'll be kind of similar. It'll be a lot of the
Yes.
greatest hits. And
Yes,
but I mean, some bands are that way, man.
they are. They are.
They're
Well,
hits
there
for
is
a reason.
right, but there's a family man equivalent for Queen that I will fight people for, and I
If it gets
just
to the
hope we,
list.
right, exactly. I hope that I have the opportunity to at least throw down for it, at least.
Yeah.
But no, I love this list. It's as good as it could get.
And now, Keith, I know you jumped onto a bunch of stuff last time, and now for some reason it's all escaping me. But I know there's some completed panels. I guess I haven't put them together yet.
Hey, you call me and I'll be there.
Yeah, that's
is
the way
great.
he does. So, I mean, with that, I mean, you know, if you're a patron, you'll know that there's the After the Fact show, which you'll be able to listen to before the show even airs. How crazy is that? Patreon.com/Oh Hi Justin. $1 a month gets you in the door, and you get to hear me, Keith, and Cory talk some more. So with that, Hall & Oates, learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.